boombox this, boombox that. That's all I'm seeing on my social media today is boombox. So what I made here, to do some tests, we're going to start out with an 11 by 11 plot and see what the actual spread is like with destroying builds. So here we go. This is directly in the center. Let's see what happens here. Oh god, I thought it was gonna stop after that. Alright, so it was directly in the center, but it doesn't actually put off, I would say, an even amount of destroying around it. Maybe we can try this again and see what happens. Let me rebuild this. This is like as center as I can get. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's a pretty big radius. It's not really an exact equal radius of destruction, but that still is quite a bit if we do the counting here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 3, 4, 5. 6 by 5 roughly. Hit or miss. It wasn't an even break all the way around. As far as build height, I would really like to try out. Alright guys, so we've already tested kind of what it does as far as the radius on the ground. Now I want to see how much damage it actually does above it. So we do have a 3-story tall, I guess you can call it a floor above it. A 4th floor and then a 5th floor. I hope it doesn't get to the 5th floor. But I built some supports on the edge so the whole thing will not collapse. But I want to see what happens here because I'm super interested to see what kind of damage the boombox does as far as like build height, because you know how them sweaty scrims people be building on top of each other like these big old planks. So I really want to see what kind of damage we get here as far as what it does above. Looks like it's only on the ground. I'd like to build another floor. Let's do, I'm sure it'll destroy something right above it. Let's do a level for each of these. A level for each of these, and then we'll test it again. It didn't destroy anything 3 stories tall. I'm not sure if it's just a blast radius on the ground, so we're going to test that. Stand by. All right, guys, we now have a level for every story. 5 stories total. It didn't even get to, what was it, third story last time. So I don't know if it actually does damage above it or if it's just around it on the ground. So let's try to get this in the center and... Yoink. Alright, we got the first level destroyed here. This is still full health right here. So it looks like to me, from these little bit of tests we've done, that it does do up to, we'll say an average 5 to 6 tower radius. If we do this on the outside, we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it does get to like 6 in some spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's roughly, let's just say 6 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since this one kind of counts, we'll do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So roughly 7 to 7, but more accurately, it's more like a 6 by 6, I would say, in a sense. As far as what it does above it, I'll give it at least one. It does damage at least like 1 story up. So anything past that, it did not damage any of this floor right here. As you can see, it's still max health right here above us. So the spread is pretty insane on the ground. I'm sure it does. I guess you could say it would do the same below it. We can test that. Next story up, Boombox. What does it do below it? Now, obviously, it's going to break through the floors. So I'm betting you I can throw this on the very top in the center. It's going to get all the way down to the bottom. All right, we got the center here. Let's see how far it gets. Breaking through steel, 5 stories tall. No, I kind of moved before I did it, but you get the idea. Three hits of the 808 and it breaks through the floor. And now it's breaking through. So it only took... It's not the same blast radius, obviously, because it doesn't sit on each level as long as it was sitting on the bottom. But every 3 blasts, it goes through steel. So we did your basic 1x1 with a stair between each level. We do not have any actual flat floor supports. I don't know if that matters, but let's test it. This is 5 stories high. See what happens. God, it breaks wood in 1! It's only 1 hit of the 808 and it breaks wood. All right, that's pretty crazy. I'm assuming brick will be 2 hits of the 808 on brick, and it's gonna destroy it. All right, guys. Now busting through brick, 5 stories tall, 1 stair between each level, no floor supports. Let's see what we got here. I think it's gonna be 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so that's what it does to each building structure. 1 808 hit per wood, 2 per brick, 3 per steel, assuming your steel is fully built, obviously. Now, I'm curious about this. Can we throw an 808 on an actual ATK or a golf cart or an airplane and fly around the build and destroy it? We gonna find out. So this is kind of like just an interesting test I want to try. I don't know if you can actually deploy it on an actual vehicle. We're gonna try to put it on the ATK. I'm not sure if it's gonna damage the ATK, if it actually lands on top, but I'm gonna try to drive through this or next to this build and see if it destroys it. All right, it bounced. Oh, it's on the cart. All right, so you can't use it on vehicles. It just destroyed all the vehicles. So we don't need to test that. I'm assuming it's only going to initiate the actual 808, so you can't throw it very far. Only, how far can you actually throw it? Seems like a couple let me see how many tiles I can throw this. This should appear to be almost max distance. So what, 3 to 4 tiles? And it doesn't actually initiate the actual destruction until it lands. All right. So this was kind of like a educational video with the new Boombox, and I know a lot of people are going to complain about. Like I said, I think it could be cool in certain situations when you have that person that just refuses to fight until you have three 1x1s of high ground with you. Like, all right, buddy, gun skill only, you know, and it's all gun skill at that point. With that being said, you can use me as your supported creator within the item shop. My supported creator code is PIZO, PIZO with a 0. And with that being said, guys, liking the video is always appreciated. Subscribing is free. And we'll see you nerds in the live stream. See ya!